The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
Male ego is the most sensitive and most dangerous thing the world has to offer.
Yes.
So I was very...
Just say that again one more time. Say that one more time.
The male ego is the most sensitive and dangerous thing in the world.
Hello everyone, it's Queen V, and I'm back to you with another video. This video is an update as it pertains to the state of California versus Daystar Peterson, aka Tory Lanez, as there has been an update within the California 2nd District Court of Appeal issuing their ruling. Now, before I begin, I would like to extend my continued support to Megan Thee Stallion, also known as Megan Pete, at this time as she continues to navigate this new era as new developments continues regarding this unfortunate incident. According to reports, the California 2nd District Court of Appeal on November 12, 2025, denied rapper Tory Lanez's appeal of his guilty verdict on charges that he fired a weapon at Megan Thee Stallion. The three-judge panel from California issued a ruling stating they affirmed the conviction of Tory Lanez on 3 felony counts. As previously reported, Tory Lanez was convicted of 3 felonies back in December 2022, which include assault with a weapon, having a loaded weapon, unregistered weapon in a car, and discharging a weapon with gross negligence. His trial became a cultural phenomenon with the prominence of its key players and the discussion it raised about gender, race, hip-hop, and online toxicity. Megan Pete, also known as Megan Thee Stallion, testified that in July 2020, after they left a party at Kylie Jenner's home, Tory Lanez fired a weapon at the back of her feet and shouted for her to dance as she walked away from an SUV in which they had been riding together with 2 other individuals. Megan Thee Stallion had bullet fragments in both feet that had to be surgically removed. Months later, she would then identify Tory Lanez as the person who fired the weapon. Attorneys for Tory Lanez did not immediately respond to a request for comment on California's 2nd District Court of Appeals ruling. They can petition to have the California Supreme Court to hear the appeal. His attorney, Crystal Morgan, told judges in the appeal back in August, Daystar Peterson is innocent, but the appeals court rejected all of the defense's claim of errors from LA Superior Court Judge David Harvard, who oversaw the trial. Judge Annie H. Ergerton, writing for the 3 appellate justices, stated it was fine for the trial judge to allow Megan to answer questions about how she felt about testifying the day she took the stand. Megan testified that when a woman makes allegation against a man, people have a hard time believing you, and said that I didn't want to say nothing in the first place. Ergeton stated the jury was correctly told that those kinds of answers can be used to help gauge credibility. The ruling also affirmed the judge's decision to allow the prosecution to play a recording of a previous interview with authorities of Kelsey Harris, a former friend of Megan and Lane's, who was with them during the incident. Once on the stand, to say Harris was a reluctant witness is an understatement, Ergeton writes. To question after question, Harris replied she didn't remember, couldn't remember, or didn't know. Ergeton wrote that the prosecution was correctly allowed to play excerpts of the recording during the trial and enter the entire interview as an exhibit. The court also stated it was acceptable for the trial judge to let the jury see an Instagram comment in which Tory Lanez's account stated that's not true on a post that Harris had touched Megan. Tory Lanez's attorneys argued there's no way of knowing who actually made the comment, and it was prejudicial in several ways. Ergeton wrote that any error in admitting the Instagram post was harmless, calling it a minor issue in the case. And the judges rejected an argument that showing the jury a photo of a shirtless, tattooed Lanes evoked racial and other biases. A representative for Megan Thee Stallion didn't immediately enter an email seeking comment on the ruling. It should be noted that Tory Lanez is serving a 10-year sentence at the California Men's Colony near San Luis Obispo, California. He was moved there after he was touched by a fellow inmate at the California Correctional Institution in Tecachape. An Instagram post on Tory Lanez's account stated he was touched 14 times and both his lungs collapsed. Lanez, who is from Canada, began releasing mixtapes in 2009 and saw a steady rise in popularity, moving on to major label albums, 2 of which reached the top 10 on Billboard charts. While Megan Thee Stallion was already a major rising star at the time of the incident, and her prominence has risen ever since. She has won 3 Grammys, including Best New Artist back in 2021, and has had #1 singles on the Billboard 100, which includes Savage with Beyonce and a guest appearance on Cardi B's WAP. I can't begin to imagine what Megan Thee Stallion experienced 5 years ago and is continuously being faced with gaslighting, misinformation, disinformation on an unfortunate experience that she suffered in real time, and persons are continuously questioning, did it occur? At this point, it's very clear that Tory Lanez, his family, supporters are Delulu. Yes, Delulu. This monster, yes, I said it, monster, had an opportunity to speak at his own trial and chose not to. And at the end of the day, during his appeal processes, had the audacity to blaming his former attorney. Make that make sense. The same attorney who gave him sound advice on what not to do during his pre-trial proceedings. The jury of his own peers found him guilty. Tory Lanez, his family, supporters, which includes content creators, allegedly conspired by spreading misinformation, disinformation, aka lying on Rock Nation, lying on Megan Thee Stallion to the point where persons were literally gaslighting this young lady to bleep bleep herself. She had to leave social media for a while. I can't even begin to imagine living your dream job, living your best life, and because of something your former friend, quote unquote, did, persons who don't even know me are calling me everything but the child of God, making memes about this unfortunate situations, which includes OGs in the game making jokes about this unfortunate incident. I'm glad that the California 2nd District Court of Appeal saw through this BS and called a spade, trying to once again undermine the system for the actions that this monster did. And let's not forget about the phone call that this monster had with her former friend Kelsey Harris, which I will play in this brief flashback, and I will be back with more commentary.
Thank you for using Telmate.
Hello.
Hey.
Y'all got out safe and everything.
Huh?
Y'all got out and everything. Y'all good?
Megan's still in the hospital. I'm outside the hospital.
What hospital y'all at?
About what?
You said what?
You're listening to Street TV.
I said Megan's in the hospital still. I'm outside the hospital waiting.
What hospital are you at?
I don't know. Let me see. Cedar, something like that. Cedar.
Bro.
Sure.
Regardless, I know she probably never ever gonna talk to me ever again, but bruh, I just want you to know, bruh. Nigga, I was just so fucking drunk, nigga. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. That ass. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on, bro. Like that ass, nigga. I'd never do some shit like that, bro. Just that, nigga, I was so fucking drunk, nigga. I just didn't even understand what the fuck was going on, bro. Like, so whatever,
Yeah.
bro. But regardless, that's not gonna make anything right, and that's not gonna make my actions right, bro. But I'm just deeply sorry, bro. I never even moved like that, bro. Like, never moved like that at all, bro. Like, for real, dog.
I know. There's a lot that happens, but
A whole lot, bro. Like, a whole lot, bro. I feel crazy, bro. But in this day, like, what happened already, bro. I can't take it back, bro. I'm just telling y'all, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
you're listening to Street TV.
I think I was just too drunk, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I got to the house, shorty, like, all top niggas, they gave me, like, with niggas, like, you feel me? We was taking shots past that time. I wasn't even there with niggas, like, bro. I don't even remember what we was even arguing about, bro. Like, you feel me? Like,
yeah, no, I was already fucked up by the time you got there, so I don't know how much.
It's like, but tell me what hospital she's in.
You're listening to Street TV.
I just told you, Cedar Medical.
Alright, you ain't got Corn's number, right? You ain't got my security number.
Juan, I do have his number.
Can you call this nigga Corn and tell this nigga, bruh, you get a chance, bro, just figure out what you gotta do to bail me out this shit.
Okay.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I'm sorry again, bro. Like,
I think honestly, we're gonna try to, because obviously, like, the longer you're in there, the more hot it's gonna get, because it's already on, like, there's no names released yet, but the report is already out,
But like out is what? What you mean out?
It's on some app. You know, Megan's team is on top of this. So,
yeah, but like niggas don't. There's no way that Megan's on like the thing.
No, what'd you say?
There's no way that Megan's like on the thing.
You're listening to Street TV.
No. So far, none of that is there. But I mean,
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be one of those. If anything, the only nigga that's gonna get this backlash is me. It's not gonna be her. But no, I'll let you know. Alright, it is what it is. Regardless if I get out of here today or not, bro, I just want to let y'all know, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I never did that shit if I wasn't that drunk, bro. Like, you feel me?
Yeah. You have 1 minute remaining for this call.
Get out of here, you guys.
Adults in the room, you just heard this monster state that he's sorry. Sorry for what? Let's not forget the evidence disclosed within this trial and the trauma placed on Megan, which at times got lost in all of this unfortunate incident. I'm glad the panel reviewed the evidence presented and made their decision. I'm wishing continued peace and healing to Megan in this era, and a word of encouragement to other survivors. Please do not be afraid to speak up when acts of harm are committed, because these monsters are praying for your silence. This unfortunate incident exposed, it doesn't matter your class or educational background. When a man attacks a woman, the immediate reaction from society is, what did she do to cause this harm? Even when the evidence is presented for you to see and hear, society has an immediate bias to dismiss the claim. And I am so proud of Megan that she is no longer allowing these bums and pick-me's to stop her from living her dream, which is also inspiring to others to keep living and growing in spite of the storm. Your test is becoming your testimony to let others know there is a tomorrow. I will leave in the comments and description below for hotlines and organizations as it pertains to mental health assistance and support. Protect your health, protect your energy, protect Black women, known and unknown. I thank you all for watching, and as always, please be safe out here, and I will see you in the next video.